and I thought things were finally starting to calm down here, but never mind. God.
I wonder what Orin plans to do with your face.
Oh, they have a blue tongue! Is that how you're supposed to figure? Oh, God!
Put him up! Put him up!
Huh? Okay. What exactly do you want?
Yay! You spoke to me! Nobody ever talks to me!
Civilians stuck in a corner? Judging me while they're here? Doing who knows what? Apparently I can steal some stuff around here without them being...
No talking your way out of this. You'll have to defend your actions the old-fashioned way.
Apparently I was about to say they don't care about me stealing their stuff. Turns out they actually do care about it. And so it continues. They actually brought us right next door to our next side quest, which is the murder case in the Open Hand Temple. Lovely, really lovely. Now what's this?
Temple worship suspended until further notice. The faithful endure.
The faithful shall endure, you say. Alright then. Can I just enter, or somebody trying to block my path? Doesn't really seem to be the case. That's good. Hello there.
The crying one weeps today. Our Father Lorgan is dead. Murdered.
The crying one, you say? Alright. And, what exactly has happened to him? Do you have any informations?
I don't want to talk. My heart is in mourning.
That is absolutely understandable, even though that's not really that helpful for our cause right now. How about you two? Can you tell me something?
We let more outsiders in and more Baldurians die. Duke Stelmane, Father Lorgan, it's no coincidence.
Stalemate.
We have faith here, Bill. Faith in people, no matter where they're from.
Who had more faith than Father Lorgan? How did that work out?
Okay. Well, apparently he was murdered. Or so I've heard. Can you tell me more about that?
Exactly. Lorgan let a killer into our temple due to his misguided compassion. His faith got him murdered.
Bill, I beg you, be quiet. Even sinners receive Ilmater's grace, and Father Lorgan knew that. We don't pick and choose who we aid.
Don't pick and choose who we aid. But if he got a little bit, or rather if he was a little bit pickier, he might have actually survived this. I mean, it's good if you're willing to help pretty much everyone. But at the same time, you need to be careful about yourself as well. At least make some precautions so something like this couldn't happen, right?
Father Lorgan instructed us to welcome everyone. That was his edict. That is Ilmater's edict.
All I'm saying is we'd be a lot better off without murderous refugees roaming the...
Enough, Bill. I'm sorry you had to witness our squabbling. Our temple is open to you. Walk well.
So a refugee was the one who was killed him. I see. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. Well, let me double check something really quickly. Yeah, Stalman was one of the first victims on the list, right after Lorgan, and then Triple the Clown. Considering that Triple the Clown was a shapeshifter, there's a high chance that all of those kills might be related to shapeshifter. I'm not entirely sure if we ran into Alexander yet. Friends was the one that we found in the inn. Cora is going to be next. Figaro, I have no idea where that is. And I'm pretty sure... Wait, didn't we save somebody who was on the list? Wasn't Nesha on the list? I don't remember that guy's name. We had so many conversations with each other about all sorts of little jobs, but at the end of the day, I don't even remember his name anymore. Oh god! Wait, what the hell is that thing? Wait. Celestial being. Holy fant. A bobbling like cork in its earnest. Buzzy muddle puddle of their lives. Holy fans are sweet-natured little patchy hidden who often serve as helper of good aligned deed. It's a flying elephant! Like Dumbo! Just with angel wings. And a little hat. Oh, that's just adorable. Hello, little guy.
Look, investigator. Brilgor might have been a criminal, but he was no murderer. You're missing something. You have to be.
Enough, Yanis. Listen to yourself. You are defending a man who ritually slaughtered your high priest. The evidence speaks for itself. Brilgor killed Father Lorgan, then, be it out of shame or profane duty, offed himself with the same blade. Case closed, Sister Yanis.
He killed himself?
Shitey little elephant. Oh, I apologize, stranger. Language like that hardly befits a rector of Ilmater.
So, the refugee killed himself after killing Father Lorgan? But that doesn't really fit into the picture. Unless, of course, he has a good motive about that. Right? I guess it would be an easy case to solve if that were the case, but considering the fact that doppelgängers are in the city, I'm more inclined to believe that he was replaced, and the doppelganger just didn't clean up after himself because they would just blame the whole murder thing on the other guy instead. Right? That is really, really easy to do if you can change the shape whenever you feel like it, into pretty much anyone. Also, I might want to finally rest at some point to get rid of this clown face. But alas, not now, not yet. Right? There's nothing more serious than this face as an investigator. Absolutely. Now then, let's see. Sounds like you have quite a disagreement there. I don't imagine Ilma cares about you swearing. I know how annoying Planier beings can be. Especially one of the celestial kind. Yeah, I guess I know that.
Thank you. I wouldn't normally speak so harshly, but these are rather unique circumstances. 2 people just died on temple grounds. Our high priest, Father Lorgan, and one of the new refugees, Brilgor. Investigator Valeria thinks it's a murder and is content to blame Brilgor, the politically convenient target.
Well, it is. I guess all clues are kind of pointing into that direction, but it is all planned. Well, if you think that the investigator did a shoddy job, would you like to, ask me if I want to solve it? Huh? I would love to help you out.
Feel free to look around the temple, but fair warning. The investigator won't change her mind without significant new evidence.
Alright, I'm gonna keep that in mind. Where exactly would I be able to find that investigator once I find the clues?
Shirra's caress would be my best bet.
Alright.
That's her usual haunt after closing a case.
Meet her haunt. Is that elephant a female? Apparently it is. Alright then. Any idea what I should be looking for? Yeah, do you have a clue? Do you know anything that she might have missed?
Valeria never found the murder weapon, so that could be a start.
Okay.
Anything disproving the refugee murder-suicide angle, really.
I need to find the doppelganger. That would be the best bet as a proof. Also, what is this? Can you tell me where I can find... Who is Shirra Clarwen now? Who?
I can tell you where to find her, but she won't be very chatty, I'm afraid. Shirra passed away last year. Peacefully, mind. We buried her in the crypt under the temple, if you wish to visit.
The spirit of the... Oh, right, we had a talking amulet at some point. I banished him into the treasure chest and never picked him up again. He gave me a quest. He actually gave me... I might want to pick that up again. I'm pretty sure he asked us to help him out. Maybe break the curse, maybe free him from his prison. I should double read on that later. Alright then, I better get going. Sure.
I really hope you find something. For all our sakes.
Wait a second, let me reread that. Help the spirit of the amulet. We learned that Shirra Clarwen has passed away. She's buried in the crypt. Bring the spirit of the amulet. I need to pick it up. I need to pick it up. Alright. Where is my treasure chest again? Oh! Wait. What are you doing here?
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right? You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
Absolutely not. We've hit our quota for mangy strays.
Okay, first question. How did you actually find our camp? I'm pretty sure I've met you at the beginning of this place. We had a nice little conversation, then you ran off to find your mother. I'm pretty sure I never showed you the way. Huh. Also, it doesn't seem like Astarion is that keen about this idea. Considering the fact that we're about to, I don't know, go into some very dangerous places, I'm pretty sure we shouldn't consider bringing a child along. But then again... Wait a second. God has warned us about doppelgängers in our camp. And that child just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't trust this child. I'm sorry, kid. Maybe you have to go. You might actually have to go.
You don't?
Oh god, puppy eyes. Yeah, I'm sorry. There is a doppelganger on the loose. Even if you're not the one, this might be even more dangerous now.
But... Alright, I'll go. But you'll see. You should have said yes. You'll wish you said yes.
There she goes. It's probably for the best, all things considered. I don't know if you were the doppelganger or not, but I'm not dealing with this. I'm not dealing with this. Hello, Will.
Your tadpole quivers, revealing your discussion with Mizora to Will.
Shit. Father's been taken, and Mizora started to scheme. By all the hounds of the hells, what is she planning?
I have no idea. Mizora's up to no good again, that's for certain. I guess all that we can do is wait and find out. Tomorrow night, if we're lucky. Where could Gortish take your father? Don't have a single clue. She's your patron, not mine. I mean, you know her for years. Do you know anything about her that I'm missing?
I couldn't even fathom a guess. Though, I doubt we'll need to wait long for answers. We'll have answers soon enough. Let's talk to Mizora. Until then, may my father keep safe, whatever coop he's been flown to.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't just let go of one of his most useful pawns that easily. For sure, he's probably going to protect that guy really, really well. Also, it seems that Grand Duke Staleman has been murdered. Do you know anything about that?
I met her twice. The first time, I was a boy of 7 or 8, at a banquet in the Flaming Fist's honor. One look and I was smitten. Chestnut hair that flowed behind her like willow fronds, as she floated from one room to the next as if carried by clouds. The second time, Stelmane was different.
Different?
Even with the aid of a cane, each step she took was a struggle. Every word she spoke took great physical effort. A stroke victim? I asked Father later. No, he said. A stroke survivor.
You sense uncertainty in Will's voice. He questions his father's explanation.
Yeah, I sense that there's something more to the story. Do you know anything else? Anything that might be important? Oh my god. My charisma. Come on. That might be important. Give me the clue, please.
Something's always gnawed at me. At the banquet, Stelmane didn't seem to look at us, but through us. But that second time, her gaze never left me. It was steel, sharp and unyielding. It could just be my imagination, but I always felt that it was more than a stroke that had changed her. What, though? I couldn't say.
She's looking through you, not at you. Any idea who could be behind her killer? Gone before her times. Does sound like a tragedy.
Not a tragedy, a calculated cruelty. Think about it. My father was tadpoled. Stelmane is dead. The people are frightened and the council's in disarray. To exert control, you must first sow chaos. A tyrant's strategy, as father would say. These murders aren't random acts. Someone powerful is guiding the killer's hand, and the city is made weaker for it.
Probably Oren. Oren is the master assassin out of the three. What is that again? Am I trying to entice him into turning into a half-thing? No. I'm not about to do that. No way. No freaking way. So, oh wait, seems like Miss Zora has something to say as well. And then I'm going to look for my treasure chest and that pendant thingy thing. Alright then.
As you approach Minthara, you feel her mind reaching out to yours, tentative and curious. Then it retreats, soft as a whisper.
Sorry. Old habits.
Yeah, it's fine. Seems like you were peering into my mind. What were you hoping to find? Yeah. Are you looking for something specific?
A feeling. When we first met, before moonrise, I intruded on your thoughts without hesitation and took what I needed from your memories. I would not do that again, unless I had reason to think you were hiding something from me. And I do not. I did not think we would ever share anything more than an uneasy alliance, born of our mutual enmity for the Absolute. I was wrong. A deeper bond has grown between us. I trust you.
Oh.
But I would like to touch your thoughts again, now that my mind is my own. May I?
Wait, she finally starts to trust us? Oh, sure! Why not? Well, if you trust me, why do you need to... Nah. Only if I can see her thoughts as well. Why does an interest in my thoughts? Oh, wait. Wait! Can I take a peek in her mind as well? I would love to do that as well. How about we share then, huh? It's a fair trade-off.
Of course. I do not hide anything from you. When the Absolute fell silent, I thought I would be alone. I expected to spend my days among surface dwellers who knew nothing of my culture. I did not expect to meet one still sworn to Lolth who would understand me. I did not expect you.
Oh, it sounds rather flattering. I'm flattered.
You should be. On those rare occasions when people have surprised me in the past, I received new scars to remember them by. You are different. A pleasant surprise. One of the first in my long life. Before the Absolute, I lived a life of certainties. I knew that I was destined for greatness because I was born to it. I also knew that my inherited privilege came with a cost. That the bonds of fellowship and family could be broken by envy and ambition. I could not enjoy the taste of food for fear of poisoning, and I could not enjoy the company of lovers and friends because I feared they hid knives behind their smiles. In spite of the danger, I was happy. I knew myself, and I understood the world around me. Now, nothing is certain. Without Lolth, without the Absolute, without my home, I do not know myself. But you do, I think. Show me myself through your eyes. Let me see what I am to you.
Oh, sure. Open your mind to let her in. Come on in, girl.
She joins her thoughts with yours, and you are as one. You share in her strength of mind and formidable will, but also the doubts that eat at her conviction. Those doubts cluster in swarms, and the thickest is around her sense of self. She pushes past, revealing the image of her you hold in your mind. What does she see?
That's a very good question. But it's a bit worrisome that she's so worried or rather so uncertain about herself. I thought when she changed her oath that it was filled with conviction of her new beliefs. But I guess that was just a facade. Now what do I see? A lover, an ally, a friend, a survivor, a monster. I would say a very dear friend.
Her mind cools. Acceptance is colored by disappointment.
We need to trust one another if we are to survive. But I want more from you than that. I want all of you.
Wait, what? Wait. I want you too. We fight side by side, that's enough. But yeah, I already have somebody else.
Now you can have me instead.
No. I don't want to leave them, you see?
As you wish. It is a rare occasion when I do not get what I want. But you have shown your worth in many ways. I will be satisfied to have you as an ally.
Okay. She had that murderous look there for a second. You weren't about to kill my Shadowheart, were you? No, she wouldn't do that. That's not the Drows. Is that the Drows way? I don't know about that. Okay, let's not dwell on that. Where is my pendant thing? Oh, wait, it seems like Jaheira has something to say as well. Oh yeah, she does. Hello.
I've had a lifetime's fill of watching little men puff themselves up with grand titles. I look forward to the day we show the Archduke that his tongue is not half so silvered as he thinks.
The Archduke? Are you talking about Gortash now? I guess you do. Also, he seems more cooperative than Orin, at least. That is true. Except of that, we can't really pick a fight with him while he's surrounded by all of those Steel Watchers. Did you see how scary they are? They're tanky and giant. I'm not about to fight all of them at once.
We could. It would just be a very short one. We cannot expect either of the Chosen to fall easily. But fall they must, if we're to have all three stones to command the brain. Still, if you see sense in making an alliance, I won't question it. I'll just look forward to the inevitable breaking Gortash spoke of.
Of course. If he does anything out of line, we can always just backstab him. Right? Absolutely. Pretty sure Carla would love this. Also, I received a warning about the Doppelgänger. Did you notice anything related to that?
It would be irritatingly true to form, would it not? A Harper learns to doubt, to peer through every smile, question every look. Eventually, you find what it is you fear, whether it is there or not. When we cannot know, we can only trust. But then, that is exactly what a traitor in our midst would say. Isn't it?
So you have no idea. I should be vigilant about every single person, but also believe in them as well. I should probably also tell you about what has happened in your safe house. This is not good for your mental health.
Lauren knows the hunt. In one stroke, she places the Harpers beyond our reach. Separates us from our pack. Until we know who the false facers are, we cannot trust anyone beyond ourselves.
Well, even that has some problems, because there's one somewhere around here. Somewhere. Also, who's this Rashimar that you had your Harper search for? Yeah, now that I can talk to you directly, the other guy wasn't really willing to explain. But who is that?
A shame of mine. Redoubled because I did not tell you everything sooner. Tell me, what do you know of a man named Minsk of Rashiman?
The name is as familiar as Jahira's own. A hero of the time of troubles, who saved the city more than once.
I guess he was a hero? He traveled with you back in the old days. Apparently, he's supposed to be a legend?
Larger than the legend, I assure you. Twice as loud, too. Minsk is an old friend. Perhaps my oldest. We've fought at one another's backs times beyond counting. And the last time I saw him, I left him to die.
Oh. Wait, but why? What has happened?
Before we ever heard of this Absolute, we received word of a gathering in the Undercity.
Mm-hmm.
What we found was the first dark seed of this plot. A circle of cultists with mind flayers in their midst. We might have ended it there, cut off at the root, but before I could send for help, Minsk charged in alone. It was chaos. He was overrun, dragged down beneath a mass of tentacles. I had a choice. Stay and let word of this cult die with us, or leave him and live to fight another day.
But why did he rush in like that? It's truly a cruel choice to have, right? Do or don't. Both sides are damned. I'm sorry.
The world takes much from those who presume to defend it. But sometimes, you get to take it back.
Mm-hmm.
So don't be sorry, because I mean to use you, if you're willing.
Yeah.
Infection, indoctrination, eradication. That has been the fate of everyone the cult has captured so far. But it has not been yours. With your help, perhaps it need not be Minsk's either.
Maybe. Then let us find him, right? But why are you only telling me this now? Is it really more important? Yeah, when exactly did this happen, now that I think about it? Has it been years? Has it been days? Depending how long it was, he might have already died or got infected and transformed. But then again, as long as she has a sliver of hope, I don't really want to crush that. You know what? Sure, fine. Let's try to find him. Even as a mind flayer, maybe we can still befriend him, right? Surely.
As simply as that?
Of course.
For no other reason than that I asked?
Yes.
Perhaps you two will get along. Oh, the point is moot without a means to find him. Without the Harpers, we shall have to find another path. I'll have a better idea of what that is once we're through the gates. Seems I need to reacquaint myself with this damned city.
You have all the time in the world. You have all the time in the world. It doesn't seem like there are any more exclamation marks around here, which is good. Now, let me see where my treasure thing is. Somehow even a brief glance of it brings joy to your face. Okay. Well then, I'm just gonna leave now. And see what that necklace is gonna do.
Exactly this. It
Or do I actually need to wear it? It is cursed. But then again, we already had a conversation with it. Maybe it's fine.
Take me to my cherished Shirra, and thy reward shall be plenty.
Okay, so I need to wear it in order to hear its voice. Can I talk to her directly?
Thou hast come!
The amulet is heavy, but holds a subtle warmth, like it was left under the sun. Suddenly, the metal surges with heat. You feel great power and an overwhelming urge to laugh.
Can thou endure?
Alright, the last time when I talked to this thing, it was with a Larian. But don't worry. With the wisdom of my pact, there's no way that you can control me like that. No way in hell. I know fairy business. And fairy business love to play around with their Patreon much more than a cursed necklace thingy.
Your power spikes, banishing the urge to laugh in an instant.
There you go.
Thou hast done well. For what is a laugh if not one step toward madness? Thou art the one! Return me, take me home, and thou shalt glow with blessings.
Ah, there. I'm afraid that your granddaughter has already passed away. I'm not entirely sure what you're going to do now.
Oh, no! This cannot, must not, shall not be! You must open her tomb in the open-hand temple post-haste. She may bless us, even beyond the veil.
Bless us? Do you need a blessing in order to get free of this thing? Alright. Well, I'm going to stow it away for now. Sure.
You feel a chuckle coming on, but it soon fades.
I mean, considering that we have to investigate this place anyways, I guess I can just have it around. For now, at least. But I'm not gonna wear it. It seems like he's slowly but surely trying to curse us here. Right? He's slowly but surely trying to curse us while we are busy investigating this place. Now let's see. Seems like this is the kitchen. Sort of a little bit of an issue around here since I can't really loot the stuff. There's a blood rail leading down into the cellar, probably the basement. But before that, hello! Did you say something?
I've said all I have to say already. Now I just want to pack up my kitchen and leave.
Alright. Well, I'm currently investigating the murder as well. What do you know?
I know it's not fair. This was the best job I ever had. Lorgan was kinder than most. And now they're blaming a refugee for his death. Typical.
Okay. I spoke to his corpse. Where can I... Ah! Right! I digged up a corpse in the back. Was that Balgur's corpse? Should I mention that? On second thoughts, you might question why I was at your graveyard digging up corpses at random back there. But it seems like he gave me a clue about Brother Lorgan. Yeah, and apparently it seems like there are some mixed informations. Which made me so if I just have a chance to talk to Lorgan as well. So, where would I be able to find him, huh?
Sister Rose has Lorgan in the infirmary, preparing him for a decent burial. You could pop your head in and pay your respects.
Of course, of course. In the infirmary, you say? Where exactly would the infirmary be? Well, they did say that I could go pretty much anywhere, right? They shouldn't really have an issue in that. That doesn't look like an infirmary. That seems like a personal dome area. The fate Shirra Clarwen's. Moving from the light is how he always phrased it, which I thought was a bit much. A ray of morning light dims the day. He must insist, or rather he would insist. I just can't really see it the same way. I can comfort, I can listen, I can even heal. Of course my talents are best suited in worshipping Ilmater. I have no ill will towards the Morning Lord, indeed. I think a shaft of his light will always shine in my heart. I worry too. There's something that glimmers in Par's eyes when he talked about the light. And it's not something that I like. I alight to Baldur's Gate the next 10 days to the Open Hands Temple. Maybe they will know what ails him. Okay, maybe I should wear this necklace after all. High Spirit. If I use its power, I need to throw a wisdom saving throw. Do you have any sort of reaction to this book? It seems like it's a book about... written by Shirra. Apparently not. What's this?
Infirmary. Justice endures, even in suffering.
Okay, so his body is supposed to be around here somewhere. And I can already see it glow in the background. The end of suffering. Encyclopedia of the Apotheosist. End of suffering. Portrait. Oh, I would love to have that. Seems like nobody would mind if I would just take it. But that might just be another trap. Let me double check on that. Is this fine? Is this fine? Did you notice that? Would you mind this? Everything else seems red. Except for that portrait, apparently. Hello, Sister Rosie of the Penitents.
What ails you? Marsh fever? Feather lung? Be quick, I've not got all day.
What is feather lung? No, I'm actually looking into the depths of Lorgan. I kinda need to ask you some questions.
What do you want to know?
Well, who do you think killed him? How badly was he wounded?
They cut off his hand. Sword through flesh and bone. I found a paralytic poison on one of his wounds. Lorgan was alive while they took the hand. He just couldn't scream. It's sick.
Okay, that's messed up.
We give them everything, and all we get is nothing but a good man to bury.
I can see why they're that angry. Well, I hope you don't mind this. I'm gonna check his body really quickly. There's actually a key on him. And now, most importantly, I need your intel. I need your intel from the person who got murdered.
The corpse regards you.
Have to say,
lifelessly.
why is nobody doing this? Everyone has access to magic. Even a cleric. We can all just buy a scroll of Speak to Deads. Do that, people! Do that! Okay. What were you doing when you were killed? Where were you attacked? Right. Where did it happen?
Tunnels from the cellar. Refuge.
In the basement. Okay. Do you know who killed you?
Dwarf. Dressed in red.
A dwarf. You would probably know his name if he is a refuge that you took in. What were you doing when you died? Yeah, what were you doing when you died in the basement?
Hiding Brilgor. From fists.
From the fist? Why the fist? Why were you hiding him?
Must protect. Innocence. Ilmater's will.
Okay. And where exactly did you hide him? Maybe I can still find him.
Took him to the tunnel with the rest. Oh, fool.
Tunnel. Basement.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Well, at the very least I know where I have to go. Apparently there were others. Maybe more people got killed. And if I were to speak to them, I might be able to find more clues. Maybe. Also, I noticed that there's another little block right here. What is this? Oh! A ladder? Am I able to get to the roof from here? Apparently it seems like that. Almost definitely. It seems like I can actually reach the roof. Relatively simple. I don't even need to use Misty Step for this. Oh, isn't that just lovely? But is there a point to that? Maybe. There's a necklace at least. Burnished necklace. Oh, actually speaking, wait a second. There's something on top of this building. Pretty sure I can't just jump off though. That would be a little bit too harsh. But I can get around it and climb upwards. Yeah, I can definitely do that. Guys, you all failed! Apparently here's something hidden! Somewhere! Something to dig up! Ah, shame. I can try to dig it up later, but sadly, lately, I can't just randomly dig around the area anymore. For some reasons, I'm not entirely sure. I might have to change my party members for that.
The symbol on the collar.
What?
Does that mean this is Gale's pet?
Gale's pet? What do you mean Gale's pet? This cat. This cat. This winged cat. Hello?
Yeah. You notice the Tressum guards a shiny ring and stack of letters at its feet.
Okay. Well, what are you doing, little kitten? Quite a nice ring that you have there. What are you going to do with that? Well, would you look at those letters? One might guess you've been eating carrier pigeons lately. Maybe you did.
One needn't guess. Pigeon meat is my second favorite.
Oh, well that's nice. But aren't those letters important? You shouldn't really eat their messengers.
Importance is relative. A letter may be important to one. A growling belly may be more important to another.
Well, she has a point in that.
But let's not get bogged down in semantics. I believe you were just leaving, weren't you? Ta!
Was I? Well, I'm not really leaving anytime soon. Stop hunting the pigeon. There must be better arrows across the city. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are better birds that you could hunt except of those pigeons, right? For sure. For sure! 15. Let's see if I'm very convincing. Yes, I am! How about some eagles, huh? They're a lot bigger. You will be able to fill your stomach with a singular bird. For days. For weeks.
Another aviary, you say? Well, that does sound quite interesting. The brood here is getting a little thin. Perhaps while I'm seeking out this new feast hall, I'll pay a few visits around town. I might have sussed some interesting items I'd rather like to get my paws upon. If I find anything interesting, I might even be willing to barter. Right. Ta-ra. Away.
Bye-bye! Well, that's certainly an interesting patch. And there she flies. What a nice little kitten. Now let's see. Can I get the items? What about the ring? Did she take along the ring? Oh, probably she did. Bundle of letters. Shipment. Taxes. Animus letter. Special direction. Rogue Moonglow only. Look. Far be it from me to question Sennate's direction, but you can't just take from every arrival without consulting to me first. That iron flask that you skimmed from the last shipment was exceptionally valuable. Oh, iron flask, you say? And we've lost the Vampirin as a client for good now. If you just give me a warning first, I can smoothen this sort of thing over. Dunzo. P.S. Please be careful with that flask. There's something about it that feels like it is watching me. Weird. Okay. Then the taxes. Concerning citizens, try to clarify his economic situation so that they are taxed accordingly. It's a nightmare of epic proportion that would make even an accountant cry. And a letter? A lengthy letter about the Baldurians' patrons to an unknown correspondent that describes in no uncertain terms how both parties could profit from this war. Ah, great! Maybe catching those pigeons weren't so bad, at least for the guy who's currently trying to get some profit out of the war. But alas, I picked my poison. It is how it is. Alright then. Doesn't really seem like there's anything else around the roof though. Which of those chests are from Logan? Wow! What is up with this chest? Did I miss something? Down to the basement we go! It's time for us to actually look for the real clues around here. Where the blood shall lead us. We need to find the murder weapon, we need to find the killer itself, and preferably some sort of doppelganger body that I can literally present to the detective themselves. And once they realize what is happening, they might finally see that it isn't just a refugee that killed him, but a whole cult behind the case. And maybe then they're going to take this whole thing a lot more. God, it's just Marcus. It's just Marcus. I was like, wait, what am I hearing there? It sounded like a growl. My God, maybe I should change him after all. I mean, I do kind of like the winged Marcus, but his sounds freak me out at times. Before, I didn't really realize it that much before, because the people were constantly talking in the background. But now that it has suddenly become so quiet, it is really apparent. Oh God. More blood?
We can't rely on the Harpers.
Ooh.
Not when Orin has them infested with shapeshifters. We're on our own. Though, I suppose we're used to it by now.
That's true. I guess we're already used to this. And sorry, Shadowheart, I was actually kinda checking the bundle of loot in the background, but I guess that's fine. Oh, you actually have a lot to say right now. But I probably should save that for later, once we're back to the camp. That would probably take a lot of time right now. Yeah, let's save that for later, once we return to the camp. Now then. Let's continue with our looting spree. Really important stuff after all. Even if there's barely anything around. You can already see more blood. Not a single body though. It is a bit worrisome. Water staff.
I'll take that.
Silver glass. The Rite of Passing. A book of Iltimer's Deatrite. This page on the turning is particularly dog-eared. There will come many a time, O worshipful tormented, that you will have to comfort a faithless unfortunate as they pass from this life to the next. Or perhaps, even more distastefully, you may be faced with a dying acolyte of a wretched god, keen to shirk the blasted afterlife that awaits them. The Lord on the Rex grants us a many great powers, but altering the mortal velocity of a soul is one that we cannot shift on the deathbed. If one has lived a life of sin, their soul is bound for a sinful place, no matter their final proposition or protestations. However, it would do more harm than good to tell them this. Ilmater does not forbid the speaking of untruth, no matter how polite society deems the act. If it would spare the dying wretched some suffering as they pass, tell them that the weeping gods awaits them with a sublimish embrace. Make them believe, whatever torments their soul bears in realms beyond, it remembers not their body, so spare them at least this final passing moment from their hardship. You may not be able to save them all, but at the very least they can make it a little bit easier for them. A little bit. Father Lorgan. Perhaps the hardest suffering to ale is what which dulls, but does not pain. Weariness sides deep within one's soul, but it casts its marionette across the surface, dampening all errant thought and feeling in its wake. Malaise of the sort can rot the heart, if left to fester, but must be exaggerated carefully. Above all else, the very soul knows itself better than you can. Do not condescend, do not assume, and do not oppose. Simply avail yourself as a tool to the weary. Let them know that you can be used however they might need, just in order to soothe their pain. Doesn't matter if you're sinful or not. They're willing to help everyone. Every single one. Why is there so much blood around here though? Looks suspicious. Very suspicious. A record of alleged miracles phenomenon in the outskirts of Baldur's Gate attributed to Ilmater. Customer of Gildro Angelreins reckons that he healed up mighty quickly from painful forge burns. Ask if Ilmater had something to do with this irksome talkative gent outside of Carmen's powerful agent of suffering. Soup still showing up at refuge camps even after the temple closed kitchen. That is really curious. Man's hand tied together in horse reins claimed he had a holy symbol. Manip. Nestor reports feeling close to his duty since recollection to the refugees camp. Close to his duty? Somebody had an accident with his horse and then suddenly calls him a holy... Get the feeling that this temple is getting scammed by all sorts of people. For some reason. For some reason, that is just an accident. Is anybody who's getting bound suddenly becoming a monarch around here? There's no way. There's no way. What do we have here?
A crypt. This must be where Shirra Clarwen is buried.
Shirra Clarwen. Okay.
Here lies Flintster Sunseeker, born 1400 DR, died 1456 DR.
Can I open this? Oh, I can. It doesn't have anything though. Hello?
Here lies Sister Shirra Clarwen,
Oh.
date of birth unknown, died 1491 DR.
Well, I would say
Here
that
it
is
is.
our
The tomb
our
of the
girl.
Amulet Spirit's granddaughter. Time for a family reunion.
Wait, why did I lose my condition?
Darling
Oh!
Shirra, faithful to the crying god, long didst I wait, only to find thine empty flesh. Gone thou might be, alas.
You're sad.
And yet thy shell will rise. Honored Shirra, her spirit hath fled, and her body but merely a husk. Swear I did to shed this foul mania and bestow it upon Shirra. She was to endure, to suffer, as was her god Ilmater's wont. Who now shall bear the madness Shah has wrought on me, so I might no longer suffer? Oh, shall it be thou?
Wait. What did you just say? You wanted her to bear your curse? You went after her blessing so that she could break the... She would have transferred the curse? And now you want to do the... What? No! No! Why would I want to bear your madness? Gods no! I don't want to inherit a curse! Who would want to do something like that? What even is this? Ponder what you know about the monk's affliction. What? Yeah, what type of consequences would that be? Do I have the insight for that? Apparently I do not. I could reroll that, but it is a curse. It is literally a curse.
Try as you might, you can't intuit the price of bearing the monk's madness.
I don't want to get a curse. You would be able to live, or rather die in peace though. If I bear the madness, he's probably no longer trapped in the thing. Do you know what would happen if I were to say yes? Do you know that?
Thou shalt know the extent of Shah's mania, Tasha's hideous laughter at thine beck and call. But at what cost? Who might say?
Tash, hideous what is even that skill supposed to do? Dear God, no. No thanks. I don't really want to inherit any sort of curse.
Oh, well, if laugh I must, let our alliance end on a lark. It's thy way.
Wait a second. I helped you, and now you want to attack me just because I don't want to bear your curse? I got you out of the cursed land! Out of a magma pit! What is wrong with you? You even cursed everyone else around them, possessed the body of your daughter apparently, and this is your reaction? There you go. And now I don't even need to kill the other guy. Perfect!
Eternally cursed then, my spirit be. No. Morning Lord, I call to thee, lend your forbearance. No.
Back into the pen that he goes!
I hate it had to end like this. A torturous fate by any measure.
But again, he was willing to curse his own daughter. And he was willing to put that curse on us instead. Apparently, it seems like that guy was only thinking about himself.